I guess I'm gonna work for you guys now. Well, first, I want to say that I wasn't going to record a fucking video today. I have a lot of work to do in the photography realm and a lot of setup to do, and I'm working on my portfolio, and I have a lot of shit I'm doing. But, something happened tonight that kind of blew me away. Now, I mentioned in yesterday's video that, I was starting a Patreon, and not only does the video, it's getting a good response from people about my decision to leave trucking, I got my first patron on Patreon, and for those of you who aren't aware, it's patreon.com/ScottTheTruckDriver. And it made me realize that I need to, I can't just ask you to go there. I don't want to be an e-beggar. I don't want to say, I realize I'm providing content here on YouTube and that the Patreon makes that possible, but I'm not happy with that. I actually want to reward those that contribute to the channel. So this video is one of the first in a series of rewards. I'm sharing this with my whole YouTube crowd. However, this video would not have happened tonight if it wasn't for my first patron, who has become a producer. There's different tiers of monthly contributions to the channel, and I really wasn't expecting that. I was expecting somebody, might give me $1 a month or something like that. I put the other tiers in place, but I thought I would get very few in that tier. And for my first patron to want to be a producer of the show, it just blew my mind. So I wanted to make this video to kind of go over what my Patreon is going to mean for the channel, what it's going to mean for patrons, or I like to call them producers, because that's what they're doing. They're financing the show. They're keeping this channel going, and they are stirring me to do other things above and beyond directly for them too, and to make them an active part of this channel. So what I want to do is discuss the different tiers that I'm going to be doing in this video, and to thank Matt Denman for being the first patron. And different tiers are going to have different rewards. Now, these are not set in stone. I literally just made this Patreon account at the same time you guys you watched my video yesterday. Like, I put it together. I shotgunned in these ideas. These ideas are subject to change based on I do have other obligations, business obligations that also pay, my wages, photography being that system. So within reason, until Patreon or YouTube overtakes photography, I still have to give my photography clients priority. But I will make time for content both here on YouTube and on Patreon when you guys contribute. And the more of you that are contributing, the more content I will generate, because I can afford to if you guys are helping me. If I'm working for you guys, I'm going to do work. I have a good work ethic. I work too fucking much. That's all I've been doing. So, I got done with working for a friend of mine today, and I came home and started working on YouTube and making sure that was squared away, and posted my video. And then, I made sure my Patreon was squared away for it. Then I started researching how to use Patreon, and how to interact with patrons, and things that are expected of us as creators on there, and things that people talk shit about us. I want to provide a quality service for people that are helping produce Scott the Truck Driver, the YouTube channel. And that's primarily your biggest reward, of course, for any level tier of contribution in there is to fund this channel. You see this background behind me? I just put that in for you guys. I invested in this channel. I spent $80, I think, on this fucking thing, which is a lot to me right now. I wasn't happy with the background. I want to be able to like hang shit behind me and do stuff, but we'll get to that later on. But I'm in a small little room, so I needed some way to make the background look less shitty. So there we go. I'm going to experiment with what I can do with my little divider that I just bought for the channel. But leaving that aside, that is possible because of the money I make on YouTube. Little things like that. And affording me the luxury to take time to sit here and create another video that I otherwise might not have gotten to because I need to make money. All right? So that is the first reward for all levels of donations to Patreon. Okay? All tiers. That is the big reward, is content for YouTube. So let me sit here. I'm not going to throw this up on the screen. I'm going to talk through it because this was like not a planned video that I was going to do. So I'm going to go through and talk to you about the different tiers and the goals on my Patreon page. The link for this is in the description, and you don't have to donate. This is what I plan on doing for people that do. Some of this is like, this is not set in stone. I literally wrote this today. I'm still going to iron out the kinks. There might be something that I think I can do, and then I never get time to do it. But I will never like not do something and not replace it with something equal value. So that's, what I'm saying. And let me know in the comments of this video what you think of these rewards and what rewards you think should be a part of what tiers. Like if you listen through these, or you go to the website and at least look through the tiers and tell me what you think I should do to reward different levels. Just brainstorming session for those of you who are interested in this, and some of you might want to start a Patreon of your own for your own creative endeavors. Bands do it, photographers do it, and I am going to integrate photography as rewards for Patreon as far as royalty-free art that I produce that you can print and hang up and do whatever, or, put it on your website or use it on your blog or put it on your Facebook page, whatever the hell you want to do. That's what it'll be, royalty free. You can use it. You just can't go and print it and sell it for $350 at the fucking art gallery. But other than that, it'll be the high resolution digital image that you can do what you want with. And that's going to be one of the rewards. But we'll get into where we're going. Okay, the first level of the first tier that I'm doing on this fucking Patreon is contributor, and that is access to patron-only content and sneak peek of planned content. Basically, what I'm going to do there is on Patreon, there are posts like Facebook, kind of, but you get to post directly onto the Patreon site, and only the contributors or higher will see those posts. So there will be basically a post telling you what I'm up to, what I'm working on, what I'm doing for the channel, how I am utilizing the money that you guys contribute, and the things I'm working to improve, and, changes I'm considering and goals and stuff like that. I will announce there. But just for contributors will get to see that. They will get to see, one post every day. I will post a Patreon and tell you what I'm doing. And, there's going to be some days where I'm not working on YouTube or Patreon because I have other obligations, or maybe I just need a fucking day off. That's coming too, so keep that in mind. But you'll get like a daily communication in that sense. The next level is $5 a month instant producer. High quality downloads of an audio only weekly podcast, which I have to start now because I have my first patron. So I will be producing an exclusive audio only MP3 podcast exclusively for patrons. This won't take away from what I do from YouTube, so don't think that. This is something I'm promising is a little extra for those who dig in and help the channel and help support the channel. And that's it. I'm not going to let it take me away from what I'm doing on YouTube. And as this grows, you will see more videos like you are right now. 2 videos in 2 days in a row. Holy shit. So that's what's happening there. Some behind the scenes. You might see some behind the scenes pictures. I might do a little studio tour of how I produce my content when I'm in my room, studio, backdrop shit. That's what I'll be doing there. So that's what you'll get for that. Executive producer is $10 per month. And that gives a monthly patron-only live stream. Now, I have to put a little asterisk there because I'm still working on getting live stream set up. I'm going to do a test run, maybe with the webcam on my laptop, by the end of the week on YouTube. But then once I get that done, then I will try and get, a patron-only version. I'm not sure quite how to do that yet. I have to go out and research how to do that, much like I researched how to lose weight and how to, throw all my shit out and tell my boss to go fuck himself. That's how I work. I like to research and learn how to do new shit. So that's what the fine print is on the monthly patron-only live stream. A signed digital poster. I will produce a image. I haven't done it yet. It's on my shit to-do list, which I now have to do also because I have a producer. And I'll do a signed piece of art related to Scott the Truck Driver, probably a picture of my face. I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think the subject matter should be for a signed digital poster, which was the default thing that was on Patreon. And I kind of like the idea of doing a little piece of artwork that says, hey, thanks. And it's not personalized at that level as an executive producer. That's $10 a month. But that's, what I plan on doing for that. Now, as a producer, this is where you guys are starting to really dig deep. This is about, this is more than Netflix. So if you're paying this, you really seriously want me to do a lot for this channel. You really want me to grow. You really want this to become a full-time job for me. And the more of you do this, the quicker we'll get there, I'll tell you that. But here's what you get for being a producer of the show. And this is probably what I thought would be the max. I did put tiers beyond this, but I thought nobody's going to pay more than $20 a month because, Netflix and shit. So here's what you get as a producer. Exclusive video tutorials and royalty-free digital art downloads. Those are over, basically once a month I will produce an exclusive video. First, you're already getting all the lower tiers, by the way. So all of this is cumulative. First, you'll get the weekly audio podcast, audio only. And that's no editing. That's just me talking to the mic as best I can, and I'll get better at not fucking up or leaving dead air as much as possible. But I will prepare an outline of things I want to talk about in the audio podcast. But moving on from that, you will get exclusive video tutorials when I come up with them on how to lose weight or how to become a minimalist or how to do photography or, various tutorials. And you will have a say because I will communicate directly with producers on a regular basis, and ask questions and see what you guys are interested in. I will be communicating through Patreon, so I'm not sure how that interaction works yet, if you'll receive emails when I send you a message on Patreon. And we'll explore what better ways to keep in touch as a producer. You can also elect to not give a shit too. That's, if you don't want to interact with me and you're just really doing it because you want to see the channel grow, that's fine. But these things will be available to you as a producer. You'll get exclusive content. You'll get the royalty-free digital art downloads. I haven't decided how many of those, but they'll be like little package deals. I'm thinking of monthly packages of 10 digital images, which is in the stock world is a good, that's a decent amount of images for the money. And, you'll also get to communicate with me and be able to tell me by messages as a producer, what you want, what kind of images you want, what kind of tutorials you want, what kind of exclusive video you want me to produce, and I will produce it for you. It won't be personalized necessarily, but the majority of producers, I'll put polls out to determine, once you guys give me the suggestions, I will put a poll together with the ones I agree to and put the choices in there. And then you guys as producers would be able to vote on which video, tutorial, royalty-free image I need to produce for you guys. And, we'll go from there. So if you need fucking pictures of shit, be a producer, because I'll get you some fucking pictures. Once a month, I'll get 10 pictures, and you can request subject matter for those pictures. Okay? Now, before you go nuts and want pictures of me naked or chicks naked and all that, no, that's not happening. Stuff that I would post on Instagram or Facebook or, a stock agency. That's the kind of shit you'll get as a producer. Your name... and you'll see at the end of this video that I am honoring this one. Your name will be, as a producer, in the credits of all my videos from here forward. As you contribute. Obviously, I can't put everyone's name in the first video if I only have, one contributor at the time of filming the video. So you get my drift there. As that list grows, you'll see a longer list at the end of the video thanking you for being producers or better, and so on and so forth. I do want to put together a monthly content meeting, and this I just already kind of discussed this, but basically a way of a live chat of some sort, or maybe even a hangout. I haven't decided yet because I don't know quite much about doing live hangouts and Skypes or stuff like that. I could set up a Skype or some group chat option, some option where my producers can chat with me and we can talk and communicate once a month on the kinds of content you're interested in. Try and figure out some new show ideas or things that you would like to see me research or try. The whole trying new shit thing that I've been trying to do for a while, where I do things that I have never done before. And this would be a good spot to come up with those ideas. And I will probably do one of the ideas, and within reason, of course. Don't try and get me killed. Don't have me do a 100-day fast, because I don't have enough body fat for that. Stuff like that. And I'll do it and document it. I have veto power on it. I'm not, just because you're a producer doesn't mean you're my commander. It just means that you will have a direct influence on show ideas. Like a real fucking producer does. The producer helps drive the content and finances the production. That's what the producer is. But then we move on. Now, these tiers, I don't anticipate anybody doing this, but if it happens, I'm going to have more shit to do. So, Sponsors, $50 a month. I would be floored if somebody donated $50 a month. Like I wouldn't even know what to say. But it could happen, so I put it in there. Monthly video message to all sponsors. This would be a personalized video to each sponsor, trying to communicate, ideas and thank them, and, basically, I haven't figured this part out. What do you say to somebody that gives you $50 a month? Other than, slobbing their knob, which I'm not doing. There's no tier where I slob anyone's knob, so you can just take that off your list. Thanks. All right. But yes, a monthly video message to all sponsors. I haven't refined these last two, but I will. Assigned monthly 8x10 artwork created by me exclusively for sponsors. As in, I will probably make, a monthly artwork that I will print and mail out. It should, if I got it set up right, ask for your address. If it doesn't, let me know. I'll get it from you. But, and I will mail out an 8x10 signed print of a piece of art that I come up with. And, you'll be, by the time somebody does this, I'll probably already have artwork available that I've shown off. Because I will kind of show people on YouTube, what that artwork is. I'll be like, this month's sponsor artwork, blah, 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 and show you the picture. It's basically something I was going to do anyway. I was going to try and sell you my art as a way to help support the channel. But this looks like it'll be a lot easier to streamline than setting up an online store and stuff. So that's what sponsors will get, plus all the previous rewards, obviously. Advertiser. Now, here's where we're getting into the big dollars. $100 a month or more. This means you want me to put a plug in my videos that go on YouTube. Now, the advertiser gets a plug at the end of one video per week. You will get to send me what you would like me to present within YouTube's, content guidelines. Nothing fucked up. I will have to disclose that is what it is. It would probably be in its own video the first time you do it. And I will probably mention my sponsors and advertisers as we go on. And, so on and so forth. Now, that's a pretty big one. Me saying what you want me to say in a video, that's a big step. So we'll see how that flies, And if it doesn't fly, I'll give you your money back, and then that'll be that. But for now, I'm opening myself up to that option for advertisers to come in, because I do get them. I always delete them, mark them as spam or whatever. There's companies that come in and try and splash their little fucking advertisements and their little, come see my channel or check out this or check out that, And that's kind of what I look at, who would use. When I think of who would use that, it would be another YouTuber trying to get off the ground that wants to spread the word by having a plug in other channels and stuff like that. That's what I picture it. I don't know. This is all new to me. This wasn't around back in the day. So. And the final tier. This is the creme de la creme. This is like, you guys are really fucking... I don't anticipate anybody ever doing this. But it's there. Because you never know. It's like the fucking lottery. You never know. An advertiser gets one plug at the end of one video per week. So if there's multiple videos, they get a plug. And that's it for advertisers. Along with all the other tiers, of course. But now we're getting to the top tier. I don't anticipate I'll ever see one of these, but it's there. You never know. The top tier is the board of directors for Scott the Truck Driver. As in, you guys will be directors in addition to being producers. And what you get for that 500, you can get a plug of your choosing at the end of every video produced on YouTube. You get one video per month published with directed content that must meet YouTube guidelines. As in, you get to tell me an assignment video. You can give me an assignment of a topic, how you want it covered, so on and so forth, detailed. I do have veto power, but not necessarily full veto power. It'll be more like we'll negotiate details of your idea, but the sky's the limit there. If you're giving me $500, you're essentially a client of mine in my book, and I can produce a video per month on a subject that you want me to cover, and it could be anything. I don't know, within YouTube guidelines, of course, any subject you want me to talk about. Now, I will talk about it in my way. If it's more of a show that you created, an idea that you will, of course, be accredited for as the board of directors, and it will be stated in that video that this was a sponsored video that you wanted me to do. It's still going to be my personality and all of that shit. It's just you giving me something to do. You want me to go somewhere or do something for that $500. Now, within reason, of course. You can't say, I want you to go to Europe and find the people fasting, or no. It has to be something that's achievable within that $500 realm, okay? Per month. So that's that. Also, for that $500, you will get a limited edition print artwork. Probably, I haven't decided on the format, but it'll be larger than 8x10. And it'll be signed, and the digital image that I use to make the artwork will be destroyed, as in you will have the only version of that picture produced by me. And this is an idea I've wanted to float for a long time for selling art. It's easy to go down to an art gallery and buy a copy of somebody's picture or a copy of that. I've always wanted to have that one-off, for the person that's buying the art to know that's the only copy of that image that they have. And it's in print, so it can't be copied. Well, it can be scanned, but you'll know the difference. You'll be able to tell that I signed it in ink and stuff, and that's the only reason I'm signing. I'm not signing it because people want my signature. I'm signing it to certify that is a one-off limited edition piece of art by me. So, of course, you get all the previous rewards on top of that. And those are the tiers that I will be doing in fucking Patreon. All right? Now let's talk about the goals part. This is the total overarching goals for Patreon to accomplish with the contributions I receive. I set up 4 goals, and these are all directly channel related. These are things that content providers will drive me to do for my YouTube channel. So the first goal is 2,000 per month. It's an achievable goal. I know other people on Patreon have reached that goal, and it's a serious commitment that I'm giving in exchange for that 2,000 a month. I will produce content full time with daily videos. That's a video every day, 40 hours per week, and launch the Scott the Truck Driver website. That will be my assertion that I am a full-time YouTuber. if I hit that goal, that first goal. And that's really the biggest goal for me. I like that. If I got that, I would be perfectly fucking happy. All right? I would love to work for you guys and be a full-time YouTuber. Is it possible? I don't know. Right now, not so much. But that's my first goal. The next goal is 4,000 per month. If I hit that mark, I will find a studio space and create a dedicated studio for the show to hire an assistant editor or to help streamline content production, which could be more than one video in a day or more than, more content to streamline production. If I had somebody helping me with all the work, I could produce more. I could shoot more. I would have to spend less time editing. So basically it would cut the workload and divide it by 2 people and allow me to film while it's being edited or vice versa. And it would also help me get shots that I otherwise might not have gotten or do things that in a way that's more interesting. Instead of holding the camera myself or setting it on a tripod, I might have that person assisting me, following me around with the camera and running production elements and really ramping up things a bit. And that's what I would look at for 4,000 a month for the channel. 6,000 per month. I will travel for content. You might want me to go to a specific city, probably one that you live in if you're a contributor. And we'll discuss that as adding that as a tier option to the tier that states, to one of the upper tiers. We'll get the say in whether or not where I get to go. But for the most part, that is the goal that I would be willing to tour. If I'm just gotta have a lot of subscribers to even come close to that goal just to begin with. So I don't anticipate that, but it's there. All right, no biggie. So for 10,000 a month, which is a fucking pipe dream. I don't picture getting 5 figures off of my YouTube channel. Anytime soon. I really don't. I don't think I've been growing at a nice, steady, slow pace over the past couple of years. And I think that trend is going to continue. So I don't think I'm the next PewDiePie or the next fucking prankster or whatever the fuck else is popular on YouTube. I'm just helping people lose weight, live their life better, and make better health choices. And by just sharing the things that I'm trying to do and learn myself. And that's what the big thing I've been, that's the major driver for my YouTube channel, is that I am helping people. And I want to keep helping people. And even if nobody comes onto this Patreon, I'm still going to do that. So these are things that I'm willing to go above and beyond for people contributing. If you guys make this my full-time job, I will give you full-time work. And let me say, if I'm making anywhere near these upper goals, like even the $4,000 a month, you're probably going to get more than 40 hours a week out of me at that, 6,000 hours, these upper tiers, I'm going to be a full-timer in every sense of the word, as in any photography I do will be for YouTube content. Any videos I do will be for YouTube. And any artwork I produce will be marketed to YouTube. And that is the goal there. So, are these realistic goals? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. Do you think this is good? Do you think this is a bad idea? Do you think this sucks? I used to think this was a bad idea. If you go back in my history, you'll know that I didn't want to do this. I was really on the fence for starting a Patreon, but I think it was because I didn't get to know it the way I've taken the time to do now. I always thought, it was a bit of a handout. Then I started to learn that, look, we produce a lot of work. We do a lot of work to make our YouTube videos, so we should get a little bit in return. We're providing entertainment that, is, in some cases, in my opinion, I watch YouTube over Netflix personally. So that is an important part. So we're spending hours and hours entertaining you. There's people that binge watch my videos, that spend evenings. There's value in that I'm providing. So I no longer feel like it's begging. It's more like, help me keep doing this, please. That's it. And that is the overarching goal. But I'm not satisfied with just doing that. I want to deliver directly to those who contribute as well, and give them perks for doing that. And as I said at the beginning, the tiers and the things that I want to do on those tiers are a work in progress. So I will continue to work on that. So that's what I'm doing with Patreon. And I hope we'll see. Let me know what you think in the comments about this endeavor. I'm not going to put all my eggs in this basket, until I meet that first goal. So, I'm going to deliver on the things I've promised to the different tiers. I will try, if I'm, as the contributions grow, I will try to limit my photography in ways to allow me to provide more content on YouTube. And the more the merrier, the more videos I make for you guys, the more I can entertain, to enlighten, to help. And this is a way for us to move forward and turn this into maybe something that is going to get the word out. I don't know. Sounds inspiring and shit. So, the vegans aren't going to be happy with me. They're going to be like, yeah, give this fucking moron money. Fuck him. I'm not talking about all vegans. I'm talking about, actually, I do believe the first contributor was a vegan. I'm talking about the ignorant people that have come in and talk shit. But that's all joking aside. It's ball busting, all right? Don't ever take it personally if I'm talking about vegans, all right? I bust balls. You can ask anybody that's friends with me in real life. That's what happens. This is not the place for butthurt. Okay, what Patreon does not get you from me? That I feel I need to go over this. You are by no means obligated to be a Patreon member, okay? And if I do not fulfill your, desires, then you do not need to contribute. If you don't think it's worth it, don't contribute. I do not want people to contribute and expect more than what I've said I would deliver on there, okay? I will do the best I can. There might be life circumstances that occasionally delay things, and you need to be understanding of that, but it does not make you my boss, all right? It doesn't make you in charge of me, unless you're like that board of directors shit. Then you get a lot of pull with that, all right? But for the most part, if you're contributing $5 a month and then you're demanding me to message you every hour on the hour and talk to you and stuff like that, and interact with you regularly, that is a little different. That's a little unreasonable. This is all within reason, and I'm going to do my best to make the patrons, to take care of them and to communicate with them and get their feedback and directly help. Another thing I might add into one of these later ones, probably maybe the sponsor level, is, direct communications. That will depend greatly on how many sponsors I get. That's the $50 tier. To where I might do personal fasting coaching, hear your story, talk to you directly through Skype or something, and really, go through things with you and try and help you, by giving my opinion. And, it's pretty much that would be more personalized. I haven't put that on there yet. It's right now, it says monthly video messages to all sponsors. I'm thinking of making that a coaching, type thing, to where I help people with their weight loss goals, with their fasting, with their keto diet, things that people ask for advice. Because, right now people do this in the comments. They want me to, give them advice, or they want to know what I think, or they want me to help them. I've received private messages from many individuals wanting me to coach them, and I do the best. So far I've done the best to respond to as many of those as possible. Some of those messages I don't get to till like weeks after they've been sent. The sponsors have a more direct shot at me, and I can get to them. But if it's overwhelmingly, well, it'd be nice. But if it's an overwhelming amount of sponsors, then it might have to be kind of like a hangout session with, the groups asking me questions and so on and so forth, doing a Q&A style thing. But in the beginning, it'll probably be more one-on-one, because probably only one motherfucker is going to do that. But that's all I have to say about it. I'm not going to pimp out Patreon during the content of my videos. It'll be in the credits at the end of every video. There will be links in the description to Patreon. I will be doing the appropriate thing for my patrons in my videos, as far as if you're a producer, you get the name in the credits and so on and so forth, or the directed content or messages. You'll see those in my videos. But I'm not going to spend entire videos talking about Patreon. This was the one video I promised to do once I set up the Patreon. And I felt the need to do it because I already have a fucking patron. I was going to take my sweet ass time. Then people want me to do work, so I'm working. But I'm happy about it. I am ecstatic that you guys are already on board. Granted, it's one patron. I'm not, jizzing all over myself. But I'm saying that thank you. All right. And thanks again, Matt Denman. And I hope you enjoyed the video that you made possible as my first patron. But remember, I'm not an expert on fucking Patreon either, I'm not even a fucking novice at it yet. So it's going to be a growing process. Patience. And I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. And I'm going to do the best I can to give back to those who have helped with this channel. Have a nice motherfucking day. I think I'm done working today. What time is it? I don't know what fucking time it is. Should probably look. It's 10:30 at night. I feel like it's forever. Of course, I've been getting up at 5 in the morning every fucking day. Not involuntarily. I just wake up. Did a 44-hour fast today. Here's a quick update for those of you who stuck around, because I know not everybody stuck through this boring-ass fucking video. You were waiting for me to be entertaining, and I'm just talking about the fucking page, and you're probably just falling asleep. But if you're still here, and you can give me a little nod in the comments that you stuck to this part. My weight went back up to 191.6 pounds, I think it was. My waist measurement is 37.75 motherfucking inches. So it did go back up from the 36.8 or 36.5. I forget where it was down below. But it's been bouncing in between 36 and 37 inches. I fasted for 44 hours today. Broke my fast. And it was with standard American diet shit minus the sugar. I didn't eat anything sugary today. I'm trying to stay true to the keeping my sugar content down on things. And so the snacks I've had today were like 15 grams a serving or something like that, as opposed to 50 to 60 grams a serving, which you get in a cookie. All right, or whatever fucking crazy shit that they put in. Pop-Tarts, I think, were 36 grams of sugar per Pop-Tart, if I remember back in the day. So that's a quick fasting update for those of you who were kind enough to watch all 46 minutes of this motherfucking video. What do you think of the background? I like it. I kind of do. It's kind of just got the lines, and it's just, I like it. Makes producing shit much easier. It'll be a few days before I get to another video. I am working on wedding pictures, and I will be getting up to speed with my new patron and any other patrons that show up. And I will probably not be able to produce a YouTube video till after this weekend. I am taking this weekend off, by the way, because I'm going camping. I haven't been fucking camping all summer long, so I'm going camping. It's not a big deal. It's not out in the wilderness like I'd like, but it's at a friend's family's house, and we're just gonna camp and maybe get a little drunk, and he's gonna ride some bikes and shit. This is the artist formerly known as Octane is doing this. And I told him I'd take some pictures of him while he's riding his bike, and then we'd go camp and drink. And yes, I still drink, just not as often or as much. Have a nice motherfucking day and shit. And thanks again, Matt Denman.